survey says joint banking may be a good sign to a relationship and a good key to a relationship. MarketWatch found 60% of survey respondents who used only joint bank accounts said that they were very satisfied with their relationships, and that couples who use joint bank accounts argue less about money. The stat, 2% of joint bank only respondents report arguing 3 or more times a week versus nearly 11% of those who use personal accounts only. We're going to dig into this with Emily Luck, who is the co-founder and CEO of Plenty, who is a free budgeting app for couples to help manage their money. Let's start with the base case here. What is your general advice for couples merging finances?
I think no two couples are ever the same, but a really important place to start is actually before you even talk about how you want to merge money, really focusing first on what was it like growing up? What did our parents talk about? Was money a normal conversation that we had? Was saving and investing a normal conversation? I think it all starts from there, but that foundation is really important to make it easier to understand your partner, or else it makes all the other conversations so much more complicated and more likely for you to fight.
You have a 3-step process for merging accounts and finances. Can you lay that out for us?
Yeah, so I think the 3-step process, we actually built the entire product at Plenty around this process, and it came out of personal experience that my husband and I went through. The first one is saying you need to understand and define what's mine and what's ours. So I think for that part of the process, for many couples, it evolves over time. And so what we're increasingly seeing for people who are getting married is that they're not fully merging everything from day one, and that's okay. So I think that's the first thing you define. The second part is you start to really think about, okay, how do we think about where our money is going? How much do we want to put aside for spending? How much do we want to put aside for saving and investing? Then the final piece of it is really trying to understand what is going to be coming up in the future. So what are things that we are going to be saving for? What are our shared goals there? And how much do we want to be saving each month in order to save up for those things coming up in the future?
What are some other considerations when you're looking to merge your money together?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think our generation, one thing that's really important, we hear this from couples all the time, is that things are really different from our parents' generation. So if you look at the baby boomer generation, the majority of couples had a single income dynamic. And by nature of being single income, the default was that everything was fully joint. And I think that's really different today when you look at the millennial generation, where more than 80% of couples both work. So there's baked in independence, and they both earn income that way. That's actually why I think there has been given a rise where even if you do see everything as ours together, you practically have credit cards under one person's name, you have retirement accounts under one person's name, and that's just a normal way of how money works. And so I think for that, what is really important there to understand is just to make sure that you constantly talk about money and have shared visibility and transparency.
Just lastly, while we have you here, I would love to know, for Plenty, how is the business doing? How are you helping couples really reach some of these goals? And what are your own goals for Plenty in continuing to scale the business?
Yeah, so right now we've had an incredible start to the year. We've actually grown the number of couples on our platform by 3x over the last month alone. Definitely feels like a great time because it's a new year, it's a fresh start. I think a lot of couples are coming into 2025 really thinking, how can I manage my money better in 2025? So with our product right now, we can help you answer 3 really critical questions. First one being, where are we today? How much money do we have together? How much money do I have on my own? The second question we then help you answer is, where is my money going? Where's our money going? What are we spending on? How much did we spend on eating healthy last month? And the third piece is we actually help you with saving and investing for your shared goals. So we'll actually help make recommendations of what you should invest in, how much money you should put aside, as long as you come to us with saying, hey, these are the important things that we have coming up in the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years, and we'll help you manage all of that.
Emily, thanks so much for taking the time here with us. Really appreciate it.